Today's show is jam-packed to celebrate the end of season number 2 of the show. Yay! Okay, can you tell I'm a little bit excited? I'm highlighting the top 5 recommended episodes. So if you're new to the Choose Happy with Marie show, I'm highlighting 5 episodes, but let me tell you, it was hard to pick because there are many really good episodes. But I highlighted top 5. Also, I'm highlighting a few testimonials from listeners on how the show is helping them choose happy for living their life. And I want to thank you for those who did send me testimonials. It truly touched my heart. And so I'll be sharing them today. And we'll also be digging into a topic that many of you have asked me to speak about. And it's not an easy topic per se, but it's a needed topic. The topic will be anxiety. I'll share with you my experience with anxiety and the affirmation and technique that I use when I start feeling anxious. Come on in. It's time to choose happy. Today is a new day and you have a choice. Do you want to stop the negative thoughts and live your life free of the limiting stories and fear that stands in your way of living a happy life? If you answered yes, you're in the right place. Hi, welcome to the Choose Happy with Marie show. I am so happy you're here. My name is Marie. I'm a happiness coach and author of the Choose Happy affirmation cards. For the majority of my life, I didn't feel I deserved to live a happy life due to past trauma that had happened to my family. So how does someone who didn't feel worthy of being happy finally live a happy life? Well, I learned the power of choosing happy. In 2020, I felt called to share what I learned with others. I authored affirmations to rewrite the negative thoughts that were a constant cycle in my head. And I published those affirmations that has become the Choose Happy affirmation card deck. It is now over 600 card decks in circulation internationally. You are not your negative thoughts. You deserve to be happy today. In this podcast, you will learn 3 things. The first, you will learn positive self-talk using affirmations aligned with healthy habits. Number 2, tangible ideas to overcome the limiting beliefs. And number 3, everyday living solutions to cultivate a positive mindset and live a happy life. It's time to get off the hamster wheel of everyday living and intentionally living our life, one Choose Happy choice at a time. Come on in. We are choosing happy. Hello, how are you? I hope you're doing well and you're settling back into your back to school and fall routines. I'm doing good, keeping busy and enjoying the beautiful fall weather where I live as it happens because I know the cold will be coming. I'm taking more walks, mornings and evenings with my dog. Walking, it's so good and it's accessible for us, for most of us. I hope you're getting your daily walks too. They really do make a positive difference as we begin our day. And if you're still not convinced on the benefits of walking, check out episode 48, Ditch Morning Negative Thoughts Through Movement, the benefits of morning walks. Okay, so no more excuses. Before we get into today's episode, I'm doing something a little different as I've heard from a few listeners who've told me that they didn't know about the Choose Happy Morning Routine Checklist. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try this out, is I'm going to highlight it a little better on the show so that those of you who are new to the show are aware of it. No more excuses for not having a morning routine that helps cultivate a positive mindset. Hi, just popping in to ask, have you downloaded the free morning routine checklist that I have for you on my website? This checklist sets me up for my mindset and my body so that I start the new day in a positive way. And it can help you too. It's a free instant download and you can get it at choosehappywithmarie.com. Scroll down the webpage and you will see it. It includes 10 things you can do every morning to set yourself up for a positive day, all on one page. It really matters how you start your day, because how you start your day affects how you will live your day, and everyday choices become your life. 10 things might seem like a long list, but it's not, because some of it you're already doing. It's just I add a little extra something to that thing that helps you choose happy when you're doing it. You'll have to check it out if you want to see what that extra choose happy is. I also include 5 bonus affirmations so that you can give positive affirmations a try. These affirmations come from the Choose Happy affirmation card deck. So if you've been wanting to try affirmations, here's your opportunity. All right then, let's get back to today's episode. All right, now it is time. Let's celebrate the end of season number 2. Oh, super excited. Season number 2 had me pivoting the show to a bi-weekly show. And that was not an easy decision that I made. I had been doing the show for once a week for about a year. And on Christmas Day in the evening of last year, I just was so tired. And I turned to my husband and I said, I don't know if I can keep going with the show. And it was just breaking my heart because I'd been hearing from listeners that it was helpful to you. You know, he told me, he was very supportive, and he said, I support you, whatever you choose to do. And that night I didn't sleep well. And, those nights when you don't sleep well and you're tossing and you're turning, and somehow, some way, something spoke to me and gave me the idea of going to a bi-weekly show. I hadn't even thought about that because, the shows out there, many of them are weekly shows. And so I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out. And many months later, I see that it turned out just fine. So I kept going with the show and did an episode every 2 weeks. I just want to thank you so much to all of you for your continued support and your encouragement for me to keep going with the show. I really appreciate it. At times it can be tough to balance a corporate day job and other things. And in my case, it's a corporate day job and advancing with the business and the podcast. And just having the bi-weekly show, it's given me the space that I can continue with the show and serving you in this way, but also to start offering one-on-one coaching to some of our listeners. And I just feel I can do more on a one-on-one than in a public platform. So I will continue with the public platform, but I am leaning into providing the one-on-one coaching because that offers a more private space that we can, really dig into what's going on, what's standing in your way of choosing happy. And I can also share my personal experiences in a more private way. So I'm super excited to add that element of the business. With coaching, we can do it either via telephone call or via video using Zoom. And then you get to see me and I get to see you, and I get to focus exclusively on you and helping you choose happy for your everyday life. So if this is something that resonates with you and you'd like to learn a little bit more about it, send me an email at marie@choosehappywithmarie.com, and we can have a complimentary 15-minute call together. No obligation. We just explore how coaching can help you from finally breaking free from this negative thinking that's standing in your way. And it is possible for you. You can break free, but we have to tap into what is standing in your way. So just send me an email. I would love to connect with you in this way. And if you're new to the show, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. As I mentioned at the beginning, I'm going to highlight top 5 recommended episodes that have been recorded for the show in case you are new or if you just want to review some episodes. As I said, it wasn't easy to pick 5 because there are 85 episodes now. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Each one of them worthwhile in their own way because each one of them has their own topic. But at least this will give you a starting point, especially for those who are new to the show. So number one, the first episode I would recommend is actually episode number 1. And it is titled, You Are Worthy of Happiness. I created this episode to remind you that you are worthy of happiness. Despite what may have happened in your past and or is happening in your current life. Happiness is our birthright. Yet for some of us, we've lost it along the way of living our life. Perhaps we lost it as we looked for it in buying things that supposedly would make us happy, or the next job that would make us happy. External things may trigger moments of feeling happy, but they are just moments. To find real, genuine happiness, it comes from within. You may be thinking, but Marie, I can't find it. And that's when I would say, connect with yourself. Look deeper. Your answers are waiting for you to find them. So check that episode out. Episode 1, You Are Worthy of Happiness. The second episode I would recommend is your official invitation to choose happy. This episode is, as I said, your official invitation to choose happy. This is where you declare that you are choosing happy from this moment forward. So if you're looking for like that moment in time when you have your before and after, listen to that episode and declare that you are breaking free from the negativity and you are going to intentionally live your life one choose happy choice at a time. So that's episode 2, your invitation to choose happy. The third episode I would recommend is Design Your Choose Happy Vision Board. That is episode number 3. You can't choose happy when you don't know what makes you happy. This episode is about designing a vision board using Canva. Canva is a free platform that you can use, canva.com. Vision boards are powerful because they give us the space to imagine what a happy life can look like for us through the use of adding images and inspiring and positive phrases. When we know what our desired happy life looks like, then we can start working towards it through our everyday choices. If we don't have a vision board, how do we know where we're going? We don't necessarily need the board per se, but we do need to have the vision. If you don't want to do a vision board online, you can also cut out images or words from magazines. You could do that way as well. I do get my coaching clients to either design a simple vision board and or describe what a desired happy life looks like for them. And we do that early on as we work together, because I can't help you choose happy when you don't know what happy is, because each one of us, living a happy life looks different for each one of us. So we have to define that first to be able to achieve it. Okay, so that's episode number 3 that I would recommend, called Design Your Choose Happy Vision Board. Episode number 4, I feel like I'm doing sequential here, but actually there is another one that's not going to be the sequential number. So episode number 4, this is a very popular episode because it really, once we learn why some of us have a tendency towards negativity, then we can start saying, oh, this is why it's happening, or this could be a reason why it's happening. So I would recommend episode number 4, Why Your Brain Focuses on Negative Things and Tips to Overcome the Negativity Bias. I created this episode as when we know why things are happening, like why are we having the persistent negative thoughts? That's knowledge. And knowledge can empower us, because once we know why it's happening, when we become aware of it happening, we can pause and we can pivot. We can choose to act differently. The negative bias is real, and some of us, we just have it more than others. Check out this episode if you want to get to the root of why our brain has a tendency to focus on negative things. The last episode I'm going to recommend as the top 5 if you are new to the show or you just want to review the 5 episodes of the show is number 74, Affirmations 101 and the Choose Happy Guided Positive Affirmation with Music. This is a new offering that I provided in this season where I say the affirmation with music. And I'm so grateful to hear that you want me to do this more. So in season number 3, I am going to lean into that and do a little bit more of affirmations with music with the affirmations from the Choose Happy affirmation card deck. With this episode, you start to learn what affirmations are. If you are new to affirmations, it's a really nice episode to just talk about what it's about. And then I do the affirmation afterwards. Affirmations honestly, it's been the number one self-help, life-changing tool that I have used to break free from the negativity. And the reason it's been so influential for me is because we live with our thoughts 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Some of those hours we're sleeping. And maybe we're having negative thoughts when we're sleeping. When we're experiencing persistent negative thoughts, that is exhausting. For those of us who experience this, you know what I mean. It really is exhausting. We have to cultivate a positive mindset if we want to start bringing in positive things in our life. I took the affirmations that helped me. So at the beginning, I picked affirmations that are online. There are so many affirmations online, so many, and many of them didn't work for me. I lean into that and I took what worked and I actually authored my own. I would take an example and I would pivot it and I created my own, and they were aligned with healthy habits that I wanted to bring into my life. Because with healthy habits, that's positivity that you're bringing into your life. So I took those affirmations and I designed the Choose Happy affirmation card deck that I share and sell on my website, choosehappywithmarie.com. And you can learn a lot more about that, about the card deck. And there's a link in the show notes, or you can just go to the website. It's really been life-changing. And if you haven't used affirmations, I highly recommend you give it a try. There are 5 affirmations that I provide with the Choose Happy morning routine checklist. They are from the Choose Happy affirmation card deck, so you can give them a try and see how they work for you. So in this episode, I talked about affirmations 101. I also do the first positive affirmation with music. And I want to thank you to those who have given me feedback that it has really resonated with you and that you want me to do more. So I'll carry that forward into season number 3. So those are the top 5 I would recommend if you're a new listener to the show, and or if you just want to do a refresh about choosing happy. So now that I've given you 5 episodes that you can start listening to, I'd like to turn to sharing with you a few testimonials from listeners on how the Choose Happy with Marie show has helped them start to choose happy for living their life this past year. I wasn't able to use all the testimonials for this episode, or this episode would get really long. And I know you're busy. So I took a few of them, but the other ones that I did get, I have kept them. It really touched my heart, and I'm keeping them as a resource if I'm using testimonials for the future. So here are a few. This one is from Jeanette, and she says, "Hi Marie, I'm fairly new to your show, but I absolutely love it. I've downloaded episodes dating from last year because I can't get enough. Everything you share hits a spot, and I am truly actively trying to choose happy as the day goes by. Simply put, thank you for doing this. I look forward to all of your shows, and I'm taking all that you say to heart, actively and conscientiously choosing happy." Thank you so much. It really, really means so much to me to hear from you. The next testimonial is from Debbie. And this is with regard to the Choose Happy affirmation card decks. She says, the cards are amazing, so beautiful, and the affirmations are wonderful. I have already picked a few as my favorites. Your podcast and cards have been a huge part of changing my mental health. I am grateful for that. I am grateful to you, Debbie, for sharing with me how the Choose Happy affirmation card deck has made a positive difference in your life. The next testimonial is from Paula, and she says the following. Good morning, Marie. I am a teacher and have just retired. This week was Professional Development Week, and it's the first time in 33 years that I haven't been a part of it. It whipped my touche. I love that. And I woke up this morning, Saturday, and I knew I had to find some way of lifting my spirits. I happened upon your podcast. I cannot tell you the change that it made in my whole spirit and heart I can face today. Where I couldn't when I woke up, I am so grateful to you and the time you spend and the energy you spend to lift people up. I am forever grateful thanks to you. May you have continued success. Big hugs. Many thanks, Paula. I really, really appreciated that email that you sent me. The next one is from Prissy, and she says the following. Your spring cleaning episode has been one of the many favorites I continue listening to. This episode has given me even more hope. Love the idea of writing and destroying. You're very uplifting. Your voice is one of kindness and gentle. I found you about 8 months ago, and it truly has been life-changing. I feel like I'm talking to my sister. It's a refreshing change from all other self-help podcasts. On behalf of all of us who can't find the review button, thank you. Looking forward to next week. Have a happy day. Many thanks, Prissy. It means so much to me to hear from you. And I know sometimes it can be frustrating to see where the review button is on your podcast player. So as I've mentioned in the past, if you want to give me feedback, you can just send me an email. And it doesn't go on the podcast reviews, but I get to see it. And it really does mean so much to me. Thank you. And one more, as I said, I can't do all of them because this episode would be really long. So this will be the final one. This one is from Mel, and she says the following. Hi, Marie. I'm a fairly new member to your podcast, but I'm so glad I found you. Your podcast has helped me in learning new strategies to implement positive thoughts. When in the car, I will find a show to listen to. Your comforting words give me hope and joy. Thank you for all you do. Make it a great day. Thank you so much, Mel. It means so much to me. It truly, truly does. If you do want to give me feedback, my email is always open. It's marie@choosehappywithmarie.com. I want to thank all of my listeners for listening to the show and joining me in choosing happy for living our life. No more living our life on autopilot. Let's live our life with intention, with every choose happy choice that we make. And the next choice we're going to make is on today's topic, the topic of anxiety. We are choosing to learn more about it so that it doesn't control us so much. Remember, with knowledge comes awareness, and with awareness, we can act differently. For those of us who experience anxiety, it may feel like an overwhelming experience in which we can't see the situation clearly anymore. Perhaps we feel fear and concern and like a whole bunch of negativity at once. For me, it feels like I'm paralyzed and I don't even recognize myself. Maybe you feel this way too. To prepare for this episode for the topic of anxiety, I did a lot of research, I read a few books, and I found various websites that talked about anxiety. What I am sharing with you today, please know it is based on my opinion only, based on my experience and what I've heard from coaching clients and listeners. It is not medical advice, so please keep this in mind as I talk about the subject of anxiety. Repeated negative thoughts can cause anxiety and depression. Our negative thoughts can create stories, and then we start living in these stories and wonder, why can't I be happy? We have unprecedented exposure to almost everything that happens in the world around us, whether it's through the news or social media. You want to hear negativity? It is everywhere. It is not just you. It is everywhere. And that's a problem because if we want to cultivate a positive mindset, we need positivity. And lately, I don't know about you, but it can be really hard to find if you are listening to the news or hang out on social media. Anxiety can stand in our way of living a happy life in that it keeps us trapped in a negative space, a disempowering negative space, that we feel helpless even though we can be competent people. Earlier this year, I experienced anxiety in front of my daughter. Luckily, she's older, so I could tell her what I was experiencing. But to be honest, she couldn't understand the paralyzing effect anxiety can have on a person. Trying to be helpful, she told me to not let it control me. I said to her, easier said than done. And those of you who experience anxiety know what I mean, don't you? What I did do was to tap into an affirmation that is my go-to statement that helps me become present in the moment so that I can calm myself down and get a healthy grip on what is exactly happening instead of reacting to the situation. I have come to learn that I can't depend on others to help me through it. I need to do it myself. I am the only one who knows what I'm feeling and how best to get me through it. And for me, my go-to tool is using affirmations. When we use positive affirmations, we are practicing positive self-talk. And positive self-talk usually should be loving words, positive words. And we need that to help us navigate through that anxiety moment or moments. The Choose Happy affirmation that I authored for myself is the following. I will share it with you. And if the positive statement resonates with you, I invite you to consider using it the next time you start feeling anxious. You may want to write it down somewhere where you can easily access it. Perhaps it's the Notes app on your phone. Maybe put it in your wallet, somewhere that it can help you when you need support. It needs to be with you where you can easily access it during a difficult moment. This is a short affirmation because I find I can remember it easier and thus use it when I'm not thinking clearly because of the anxiety. I typically follow the affirmations that I author with a question, as that helps empower me to take action. I no longer feel like a victim that is helpless in the situation. The affirmation helps me get through it. So the affirmation that I authored for anxiety is the following, and I'll say it 3 times, and it's very short, and you're welcome to say it with me. So here's the first time. I am here. What do I need right now? And usually I'll place my hands over my heart. I'll say it the second time. I am here. What do I need right now? And I'll say it a third time. I am here. What do I need right now? How does this choose happy affirmation resonate with you? This affirmation grounds us. Saying the 3 words, I am here, grounds us. And when we are grounded, we are in a better position to see things clearer. And then I follow it with the question, what do I need right now? I find when I'm feeling really anxious, it's because something's not right for some reason. I may not know what the reason is, but there's something going on. And I think it's really important that we listen to how we are feeling. Our feelings tell us a lot. We're just not listening. And so when I ask myself that question, I find I can think of the next thing I can do to work through the anxiety. Reality is, we are often overwhelmed with information and situations that can trigger us. Sure, we can stay home and create a bubble for ourselves, but then we're not living our life. We're not living a happy life. Sometimes I will feel anxious in social situations if I have too many people or too much noise, and then I'll starting feeling anxious because I'm not feeling comfortable. And what I'll do is I'll step away if I can, and I will ask myself, what do I need? I will first ground myself and say, I am here. What do I need? Maybe I need to leave. Maybe it's too much noise. Maybe someone's triggering me. What if I listened? If my anxiety is telling me to leave, leave. That can be okay, unless you have to stay. Then you have to figure out how to stay. It's okay. Our bodies, our hearts, our mind, mostly our heart, is talking to us. Let's start listening to it. I hope this affirmation will help you the next time you're feeling anxious. Don't feel bad about feeling anxious. It's trying to tell you something. Ground yourself, bring yourself back to the present moment. That will help empower you so you don't feel like a victim. And then ask yourself, what do I need right now? Listen. Your heart knows the way. Your heart knows the next step. Along with using an affirmation, I also use a technique that you may want to try out if it resonates with you. So I will do the affirmation, and if I'm needing a bit more support, I will do something called the 3-3-3 technique. And you may have heard of it. It's the 3-3 technique for anxiety. I've heard some people call it the 3-3-3 rule. It's just easy to remember because the number 3 times. It's just another tool that you can use along with using a positive affirmation. It can help you regain control of the situation about how you're feeling and help calm your mind so that you can think clearly. And it goes like this. You're looking for 3 things you can see, 3 things you can hear, and 3 ways that you can move your body. What this is all about, it's about distracting us from the anxious feelings that we're experiencing and shifting our attention to our senses. It's another form of grounding ourselves to the present moment, just like the positive affirmation that I just shared with you. I can give you an example if you'd like. So 3 things you can see. If you're outside, see other people. See the blue sky. Find the birds in the sky. Look at the trees. 3 things you can hear. It can be birds chirping, other people talking. It could also be the air conditioner if you're inside. 3 ways you can move your body. You can stretch your arms above your head. You can roll your shoulders. You can even wiggle your toes if you don't want anybody to see you doing movement. You can also, move your fingers as well, maybe under the desk if you're feeling anxious and you're in a group situation. So those are things that you can do if you want to use the 3-3 technique for anxiety. 3 things you can see, 3 things you can hear, and 3 ways you can move your body. Many listeners have told me they experience worry, and that worrying can trigger feelings of anxiety. Worrying is negative thoughts, and it's really hard to live a happy life when we're worried all of the time. If worrying is something you experience and you're looking for some tips, do check out episode number 59 called Worrying is Praying for What You Don't Want. Use this positive affirmation for when you're feeling worried. Well, I don't know about you, but it's been a pretty full episode today. We celebrated the end of season number 2 of the show. And I did this through sharing with you top 5 recommended episodes if you are new to the show or you just want a refresher. I also shared with you a few testimonials from listeners for which I am so grateful for. And we addressed the topic of anxiety. As I mentioned, it is not an easy topic, but it's one that we need to talk about. We need to explore if we're not going to let it control us so much. And it is controlling too many of our listeners' lives. It was the number 1 topic that our listeners wanted me to talk about on the show. And that definitely says something. From the bottom of my heart, as I have my hands placed on my heart right now, if you could see me, I want to thank you. Thank you for continuing to listen to the show and also joining us in the Facebook group community. And if you're not there yet, come on over. Living a happy life is possible. And it all starts with one choose happy choice at a time. Until next time, the first episode of season number 3, wishing you a wonderful week, choosing happy. Cheers! I hope today's episode empowered you to choose happy as you live your upcoming week. If so, please take a minute and share this episode with a family or friend who could benefit from it. I'd also love it if you could take 30 seconds and leave a review on your podcast app. Just scroll down and you'll see the space to leave a review. Doing this helps the show be found by others who are also looking to break free from negative thoughts and live a happy life. Remember to sign up to become a Choose Happy member to receive free resources as they become available. Link is in the show notes. Thank you for listening, take good care, and see you next week.